everybody. Oh my goodness, that's a Sam Strippin. Welcome back to Echoes of Eternity. Sam, what is that a grill? Is that a barbecue? What's on your shirt? Not your quiche. What is on your shirt?
He really wants to talk about the quiche, Jesse.
I see that. He's muted. He can't tell us. We can't hear you.
Oh
what
no.
is
This
is it an onion night?
Yeah, it was not the onion night. In Dark Souls 3, he leaves little pots of soup that look like his helmet. So it says Esther soup and it's a little pot of soup left by the onion knight.
I actually love that. I think it serves multi-purpose. All right, but for real, how's the quiche?
I don't know yet. I haven't had it yet. It's right here.
Oh my god. All right, well keep us updated
Wow,
on
that looks
the
good.
quiche.
It's good quiche, yeah.
I made
Balsamic
myself
onion and cheddar.
No, wait, hold on. Is the onion balsamic?
Yes. Sweet balsamic onion
Ooh, yum.
and cheddar. Chef's kiss.
You live in that good life.
No, I live the hey, what's in the fridge life, and then I just cook and eat an entire whole quiche because there's no variety left. That's
whatever.
But to you, hey,
so
as long as you think I'm on top, that's all that matters.
I do.
The act
I think
of
you're doing great.
hey, all that matters is that I can deceive people like you into thinking I'm doing great.
I'm easily deceived. It's one of my few great qualities. Is I'm like,
Perfect.
sure, okay, you must be telling the truth.
I'm also
I buy
enjoying
anything.
a nice cold can of Coke that I
don't even believe that can's cold.
I found it in the shoe closet and I put it in the fridge and I think it's a couple months old, but I'm gonna go with it. To you, it's just a nice cold can of Coke. You don't know the backstory. Enjoy.
Dude,
I guess
I
not.
have learned that Coke or any of those sodas is usually bottled like a year before you get it anyway.
Yeah, I mean,
So
this
2
says
months doesn't
original
matter.
taste since 1886, and I can believe it was made in 1886, and I'm getting.
Are you? I now need to know what a freshly bottled, straight from the tap Coke tastes like. Right? It's got to be different than like if you went and got a fountain drink, right?
Yeah.
Or would it be the same?
None of us know.
I don't. Someone does. Someone at the Coke plant is like, well, let me email Jesse and let him know. And I bet it's wonderful. All right. Well, they aren't sponsoring this, so screw them. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Star Wars. We're going to get crazy. If you missed out on Sunday's episode, we had to change our day, but we're back. And so, yeah, it's all over the internet if you want to go watch it. But also, you should 100% go check out all the episodes that are out there. All right. Here's the deal. Last time, stuff went down. If you missed it, you're missing out. But before we jump into this time, hit me with your rolls, please, for your Destiny pool. Thank you very much. To Dark Side immediately. I love it. Yes. Well, all right. You win. You win almost all of them.
I'm the hero we need.
You are. Today I'm gonna do something a little different. We'll see what happens. We will figure it out together. I'm gonna let you make a lot of choices today, so I hope you are prepared. Okay. So let me get my episode 14 notes. 14 episodes. Can you believe this? All right. As always, we start with a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Night falls on the destroyed city of Prinda on the former separatist world of ANTAR IV. Atop the last working foundry in the heart of its ruins, ODA KANALI has found a kindred spirit in an old gotal hermit, GLAU'KAARN ZOSLUSS. What knowledge of the Force can he grant this young Jedi? What will she be able to learn? And can he keep her secret? In the nearby plains, Ulago has made a shocking discovery of his own while hunting for dinner. The ghostly figure that has been stalking the crew appears to be none other than their mysterious host. But how can this be? How can he be in both places at once? Meanwhile, PR-3 and Daeyo Fang have found a new companion, a small R3 unit deep in the Foundry's warehouse. What could this droid mean for the future of their adventures? Last time we left with a cliffhanger of you, Ulago,
Yes.
stumbling upon dinner. You got a rabbit. You were patient. You got a
I got
giant hare,
giant space hare.
giant space hare. Or as I'm sure it's probably called like a loath hare or something dumb like that. Um, and as you did, you noticed the large saber cat that had it was staring at something. And when you looked over, you saw that it was in fact Karn, and he was looking directly at you, and that's sort of where we ended it. This time we start back up, and you turn to stare at this guy, and there's a flash of white, like just a pew, that covers. If the audience was watching this as a movie, there'd be a flash of white. Sam, I'm going to send you something.
Okay.
You can choose what to share. It is in your Twitter right now. You can choose what to share with everyone. You can choose not to share anything. You can choose to share all of it if you wish. I will let you decide what it is that you share about this. But you experience a vision as he looks at you. You experience this sense of overwhelming energy hit you, and there's a flash of white. And the next thing we see is you standing back on the plains, holding the hare completely alone.
Okay. Okay. I can choose what to share of this.
Yes, you can choose what to share. You have experienced this vision. It's now only you have seen this. Only you know what this is. I'm going to let you determine what you want to say right now or to the group later or how you want to explain what you've seen. You have full autonomy in this decision.
Okay. I'm going to share some of it now.
Okay.
Lightning is striking in the sky. Heavy rain is hitting Ulago in his face. In front of him, he sees PR-3, but he's in pieces. And another droid he's never seen before. Yeah. And that's all I'm gonna share for now.
Okay.
That's all I'm gonna
Fantastic.
share for now.
Yeah, you find yourself back on the plains. You've been hit with this vision. What do you do?
I think nothing for a time. His hands are a little bit shaky, and he like calms it with his other hand, and he just kind of like mulls over it. And I think he's snapped out by like maybe a snarl or the sound of the large cat. And he realizes he needs to get this food and get going, and he grabs it and brisk jogs back towards the city.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll take you some time to get there, but you make your way back, and the cat, much like as it was watching Karn Ghost, whatever he is, as it was watching him, it watches you as well and is just staring at you. And we see as you briskly jog back to the city, the cat is in the cave, just sort of looking at you with its cat-like eyes, and then behind it, you see the eyes of its children also staring at you. And they all kind of give you a very creepy, quizzical look.
Yeah.
Something that seems unnatural as you begin to head back to the city.
The last thing he does as he's heading back is he turns back around. He stops running for a moment, and he looks down and he touches his abdomen. But there's nothing there. And he shakes his head and runs back to town.
Meanwhile, back in the foundry, Oda, you are having a quiet moment with Karn, and you've been discussing topics of the Force. I believe he was asking you things about just what you were doing, and who you really are, that kind of thing. Trying to dig a little deeper into your past and maybe find some answers. You mentioned perhaps that he might not stick around, and he said, don't assume anything. And just then, Daeyo, PR-3, and a new astromech droid entered the room. And with a this little droid sort of scoots around you and does sort of like 4 or 5 laps around the two of you as you sit together talking, and makes high-pitched squeaking noises, and you can definitely tell it's scanning you and trying to, it's basically like giving you the up down with its optical sensor.
I giggled delightedly and I'm like, is this your droid?
No, I've never seen this droid before. And he has a smile on his face.
I looked at Daeyo. Where did you find it? Jinx.
In a box. It was in a box.
Oda like
all
takes
these-
his little, where his cheeks, the droid's cheeks would be, and says, were you in a box? You poor droid, were you in a box? Like, oh, good boy.
Yeah, it makes chirping noises almost like a bird, and whistles, and turns its head towards Karn, and is like, and Karn looks at you and is like, I had no clue. I wouldn't have been so alone if I'd known there was a droid here.
Can anyone understand him?
I can.
What's he saying?
He says he hates all of you.
I
Probably
don't think that's true.
It's not true. He's gonna help us with our ship.
What's his
Oh,
name?
and I would be carrying the part, right?
Yes, you have the part.
Okay. I set it down.
Yeah, Oda, you see on the side that he is a R3 unit. He's designated R3B8.
Right, rebate. R3. She pats him on the dome.
Well, you. I'm gonna have a good time doing these noises. Yeah, he sort of whistles and hums and makes various like beeps as he scans the room and begins to look over everyone. But again, is immediately drawn back to Karn and begins to sort of look him over as well. He looks at the droid and gives sort of a smile, almost like a playful smirk, and the droid and sort of scoots around and moves away and begins to look at other aspects of this roof layer of the foundry. Did the rest of you do anything?
I guess I'm looking. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, I was gonna say I have 10 strain still. So
Yes.
can I rest or like do something while everyone else is doing stuff for a minute?
Yeah. Do you inform them that you need to like to Dio? Do you say anything about PR? Like, well, we found him. Like, do you say anything about PR-3?
No.
My circuits are taxed. I need a moment of self-diagnostic.
Yeah, as you say that, PR-3, R3 turns and sticks its little donger out, and it begins to spin, and it whistles at you, and it sort of wheels over, offering to help relieve some of your strain.
You are the cause of my astonishing fatigue. Please allow me to deal with this on my own.
And it sort of puts its donger back in, and then sort of like does the droid like sort of slumps over, looking sad, and just wheels sadly away.
Does the walk because he's too sad to wheel.
Yeah, just like a little sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like I assume I just like go into like a
Yeah,
standby.
you're just gonna
state for a
power
while,
down? Is that your plan?
stand by for a while and deal with it if that's what it does.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, so PR-3, you just like and the lights in your eyes dim and your face sort of slants down and you begin to recharge for the night.
I'm on break.
Yeah. Daeyo, you see that Oda has been sitting this entire time that you've been out exploring, at least from what you can see, because nothing else has happened up here. Been sitting with this strange old hermit man. Do you say anything or do you interact with them at all? Or do you let them continue?
I'll probably look around, and the thing I would say is, where's Ulago?
He went to get food some time ago.
Yeah, he went about the time we did. Shouldn't he be back by now?
Well, I don't know. I don't usually hunt food.
Oh, yeah, you don't look like much of a hunter. Guess I can go out looking for him.
Do you immediately go out looking, or do you take a minute to prep somewhere, or what was?
Let me see my strength. No, yeah, I mean, I don't have anything to prep. I'd probably just, yeah, go start making
Okay.
my way down.
Yeah, so you immediately turn, and do you take the elevator or the stairs? I imagine the elevator.
Elevator.
Yeah. You press the button, and with a swoosh, you just head back down the elevator towards the front entrance. Oda, once again, left alone with Karn, except now there's a little droid sort of scooting around in the background, drawing your attention a little bit as it continues to be utterly cute and incredibly inoffensive and harmless to the max. Just sort of scooting around, like looking at things. It seems very obvious this is the first time this droid has been out of a box
Ever?
ever.
Oh my god.
Well, then it falls to me to educate the droid about, everything. So Oda will sit down with the droid and explain everything about who everybody is. So she explains that PR-3 is grumpy but smart, and Daeyo is confusing but kind, and Ulago is strong and mysterious. And then she asks Karn to introduce himself to the droid.
And he looks at the droid and approaches it and places his arm or his hand on top of it. And he says, I too am a friend. Hopefully, one that will be here for you and the others for some time. I know many lessons that I hope I can teach you, droid. But he says it looking directly at you, Oda.
What did you mean when you said I shouldn't assume you'd be gone soon?
Well, I hope to be around for some time. And he like points to the world around him, and he's like, just because this place is dying doesn't mean I have to.
Well, I didn't mean you'd die. I just meant that we might not stay here very long.
Well, who knows? Perhaps one day we'd meet again, eh?
Perhaps.
So, tell me, what will you do once you leave?
Honestly, I'm not sure. It seemed like I've been running from something for so long that I've forgotten what I'm running from.
Care to explain, or perhaps too close?
I think at this point Oda's really starting to trust him.
Okay.
So I think she tells him the story of having been a Padawan learner, watching her master be murdered, fleeing, and living her life as a smuggler, going from place to place, trying to avoid being detected as having almost been a Jedi.
Yeah, you tell him all of this, and he sits down next to the droid and sort of taps his fingers on the droid's clear dome and says to you again, right, but what will you do?
Well, I'll try to do good and help these people who've become my friends, I suppose.
How do you define good? What is good?
Well, it's Oda looks very confused. Like this is where she struggled in the Jedi Academy was that like the theory of everything.
Sure.
And
Yeah.
she's trying really, really hard to give good answers, but she knows she's way out of her depth, and this is like reminding her how little education she's actually had as a Jedi. So she knows there's a right answer for a Jedi to give, but she doesn't know what it is. So she kind of is just mumbling and shrugging.
Yeah, he looks at you and can tell there's some hesitation, but he's not sure what it is that's holding you back. And so he changes up his phrasing and says, perhaps it's not what you do, but what do you seek?
Well, I suppose I thought I was seeking survival, but provided I can keep finding that, I suppose what I seek is the Force.
Ah, the Force. Yes. Well, you need not look far for that. And he points to everything around you. He's
Well,
like,
I know where it is, but understanding of it.
ah, that is the key. How does one understand the Force? And he stands back up and he walks over to the night, like to the edge of the foundry where the night sky shines out, in this dark sort of cloudy, ashy bits falling from the sky. And he turns back to you and he says, have you ever communicated with the Force?
I think so. I've felt it flow through me. I've used it to understand people and understand the way that all life lives in harmony. But can you truly know the Force?
Well, of course you can truly know the Force. There's the light side and the dark side, and you know the Force.
Oh yes, and the dark side is bad and the light side is good, and I should only ever use the light side.
Well, yes, that is what you have been told, yes.
Well,
Have you ever
isn't it what
used the
everybody's
dark
told?
side? I'm sorry. What was that?
Well, isn't that what everybody knows about the Force?
Yes, the dark side is bad. Have you ever used the dark side, Oda?
Well, there was this one time where there was great danger, and I didn't want to, but I knew it was the only way to help, and I may have dabbled a little.
And why did you feel the need to?
Well, to help, to do good, I suppose, by doing bad.
Interesting. Never let the desire to do good lead you down the dark path. That, and he sort of spins around again and stares back out into the oblivion of this city. He says, that is how the dark side will win you over.
She looks like she's deeply touched and taking in what he's saying.
Yeah. Down below, Daeyo, you have entered the city. It is night. It is dark. The only light you have is this pink vibroblade, and you are alone. There's nothing else around you.
I didn't say how far I went out the door, okay?
No,
I'll
I mean,
have
you're
you
in the city.
know.
Yeah, you're just in the city. Yeah, you're not like, it's night and the vibroblade is the only light you have. What are you going to do?
Well, the first thing I'm gonna do is do a perception as soon as I walk out the door. Mainly checking. Do I hear anything? Do I see anything nearby? whether it's footsteps or things creeping about.
Give me a perception check. Let's see. Actually, hold on. Don't give it to me yet. All
Oh.
right, do it right
He-
now.
He needs to make it harder.
I hit it.
Definitely did. Uh-oh.
Okay.
Are we at roll 20 slow mode?
Yeah, I hit it twice now.
Patience is the virtue of the Jedi.
Thank
Yeah,
goodness
but
I'm not a
Daeyo's no
Jedi.
Jedi.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Hit it again.
Spam it.
Slam it.
Keep hitting it.
I think sometimes. Oh, wait. Oh,
Uh-oh. I think you wrote post.
I
Yeah.
I wrote that to see if I could type in the thing.
You
That-
definitely can. The dice
I
rolls, I
think-
think it's the
I
back
think-
end. Like,
if you refresh, it might all go through. That might be the
Okay, I'm
loophole.
gonna refresh. If
Yep.
it's-
hey!
Uh-huh.
Oh my god. All right.
Sorry.
I'll go with your last one.
I didn't even see. Okay.
Yeah, you sense that there was something down there, something watching you.
Do I get like a sense of like a hostile thing watching me though?
You know it is not a hostile presence, but you also know that it is not something that is natural. It doesn't feel like a bird or a cat or some type of animal watching you.
I think I'd post up at the door with my sword out. Being a little glow beacon for Ulago. Hopefully he's coming back.
Sure.
'Cause I don't think I'd walk through the city alone at night of all things.
Yeah. You have this realization, like, I'm not gonna walk through the city alone at night. That's stupid. Cut to Ulago walking through the city alone at night, carrying a giant dead rabbit.
Mm-hmm.
It is pitch black.
I'm not
You-
walking. I'm not walking.
Oh,
Let's clarify.
sorry. Brisk jogging. My
yeah,
bad.
yeah. Military jog. Yeah.
You're right. You've got a long way to go. You are briskly jogging through the city. You've come miles. You came back through the wilderness, up to the road, down the road, over the bridge with the bodies, up over the bridge, down into the heart of the city, into the financial district that is still intact, heading straight forward towards the east bank of the river where you know the foundry to be. You are making a brisk jog, and there's one thing that I would love you to roll a perception check for.
Let me know when.
Now is a great time to do it.
Am I spotting something?
This is just seeing if you notice it.
Okay. Cool. Yeah.
Yes. You are going through some stuff. You're carrying this heavy animal. You are jogging, and you've been jogging for quite some time. But with all that strain, you still managed to realize a thing before when it was quiet, right? It was that unusual quiet, right? Like the kind of
Too
quiet
quiet.
that was like, yeah, too quiet. Now, it's the kind of quiet that you would imagine a late night city would be. Like you can almost hear the creaking of the buildings. You can almost hear like the foundry in the distance, the wind, which before you could not. It was almost like it was blocked off to you when you were going through the town the first time, almost as if like something was messing with you and now has ceased to do so.
Cool. All right. For those, Roll20 is not updating. So for those people in chat, I got 1 success and 2 strain. So just to let you know. But yeah. All right. Yeah. I'm just gonna keep going. I think I'll occasionally like hop on comms just to see if I'm getting close enough to comms. Because I know it's like not very long range.
Yeah, Daeyo, you hear a crackle through your comms device, and you can make out a little bit of Ulago's voice.
Lo-
Hello?
Yeah, nope, can't hear you. Where are you? Can you hear me? Can
Look, Nelly,
Are you in a fucking get out of the tunnel?
yeah, you managed to hear Daeyo perfectly. However, she cannot hear you at all, or at least barely. She can hear you. So, Daeyo, you know he's somewhere in the city, but the tall buildings are making it hard for the communications to go through, and it's very obvious that there's probably no actual HoloNet transceivers around here, or if they are, they're damaged. Um,
I take out my gun and I shoot it into the air.
Yeah. Give me a roll. Give me a roll for what are you trying to do with this? I know what you're trying to do, but
Loud
like
noise.
yeah, I mean I'm asking like are you trying to make it like
A loud noise to direct him if he's lost, because Daeyo doesn't know what he's like trying to say, and she's like, "Well, maybe he's lost." It is nighttime after all.
I'm trying to think of another dice roll you could do besides just I'm firing my ranged weapon because that's for damage and I want to know if there's something that you could do that will guide him. What a cool
Survival?
Mm, um
Coordination? I don't know.
you know what?
Wait.
Give me all right, exactly. That's exactly right. Give me a coordination roll. You're trying to shoot a thing that is like going to specifically. He'll hear the sound. He might see the blaster bolt as it fires into the air. Absolutely, give me that roll. Perfect. Yeah, you fire it off into the air. What does it look like? What does he see as you fire it off? Or hear?
Is there like a nearby light? There's no light in the city, right? It's completely dark.
It is completely dark.
I think she'd just aim it up towards like a window nearby and just blast through it, and it'd just be shattering glass and the sounds of metal and stuff being hit.
Yeah. So not only is there the blaster fire shot, there's also the bolt, the color of the bolt flying through the sky, and the shattering of a window. Ulago, you need to roll for perception to see what you detect of those three things.
Nothing.
You hear nothing, you see nothing, you hear nothing. What yeah, Daeyo, it looks amazing, but there's nothing that it doesn't help you in any way. Ulago, it's pitch black. I'm gonna need you to roll for me a what would this be? Not coordination. I wish there was like a navigation something. Maybe I'll let you decide. You can either do survival, streetwise, or you can do coordination.
I'll do coordination.
All right, give me that roll. Holy majoli.
Wow.
Yeah, so here's the thing. Your body remembers where you've set foot. You are a soldier. You have been in these situations before where you remembered where you took the left turn and the right turn, and even though it's pitch black,
It's kind of steps.
yeah, you've done this. You've done this before, and so it's not that hard for you to get back. You do not get lost at all. You continue on through the city until you get to the sound of running water and the river, and you see in the distance the faintest pink glow standing in front of the foundry. And Daeyo, you see absolutely nothing. You see the darkness and you hear the rushing water of the river, and behind you is the faint glow of the foundry's light high above. Hello? Can you hear me?
Can I hear him now?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, where are you?
Oh, you can finally hear me. Thank God. I'm at the river. I'll be there soon.
Yeah, all right. I'm standing outside.
Upstairs, the mysterious Gotal has once again taken his seat next to you, Oda, and he seems slightly concerned. He asks you again where you think your place is in the galaxy. But he can't hear you because you muted yourself for 1,000 years.
I was saying that if this were anyone else, Oda would probably be like, dude, what's your problem? Why are you asking me so many veiled questions and personal questions? But she has come to see this as like an actual opportunity to learn something about the Force. So she's really, she doesn't know these answers, but she's like a kid in Sunday school, like trying to come up with like the right answer.
Sure.
So he asked what her place is in the galaxy, and she's like, well, when you let the Force flow through you, you're one with the Force, and therefore you'd be one with all creatures around you. So my place would be with the Force. She's like trying so hard, but she clearly doesn't know what she's talking about.
Yeah, he just like looks at you and he's like, so your place is with the Force, and the Force is all around us.
Guess I'm already in my place.
Yes, one would think, but it is not where you belong.
Well, where do I belong? If you know.
Well, of course I know where you belong. You belong where all your kind belongs.
My kind?
Yes. And he like looks you directly in the eyes and says, "A Jedi."
Well, where the Jedi don't belong anywhere now.
Oh, you, my dear, have never been more wrong.
She looks
And-
excited at this idea.
Yeah, he stands up, and if you can cinematically imagine, he is between you and the red flames of the foundry, and he says, you belong between the people of the galaxy and the dark side, my dear.
Oh. That seems like a big place to occupy by myself.
Oh, you're never alone when you use the Force?
She nods thoughtfully. She's like, "Will you come with me?"
I can't come with you.
Why?
Well, you see, as he steps sort of like closer to the light, he kind of like fades a little. Just a little
Less
fade.
substance.
Just
A little bit less
just a little, like
substance.
a little tiny fade.
Little shimmer.
Little like, you know. You can basically see the fire through his being.
Does this planet itself cause you to exist?
Well, I chose to come back here. And so I shall remain.
I think I understand. So,
I've-
how do I put myself between the people of the galaxy and the dark side? Where do I start?
Where do you start? By doing it.
Right? She looks around like she's looking for the dark side.
Yeah.
She doesn't
Not
see
a-
any right now.
He's like, not a difficult task, my dear. You just do it. And then do it again. And again.
All right. She just looks really thoughtful.
Yeah. He goes and sits back down next to the droid and sort of looks at it. And the R3 begins to hum a little tune to him, and he hums along as well.
Aw.
Yeah, and they sort of let you have your little moment of silence. Ulago, you finally step into the foundry entrance and see Daeyo there, pink blade in hand. What do you do? Daeyo, you see that Ulago has a giant hair of some sort.
Yeah, he approaches and he's silent. He seems kind of vacant. And Ulago is having a continuation of the vision he saw back on the
Okay.
plains.
Yeah,
And
there's like a little flash. Okay,
yeah,
yeah,
there's
yeah,
a
yeah.
little flash, and when he sees the pink vibro blade, he sees it again in his vision. Only Daeyo's dead. And there's thunder in the sky and rain and water piling up around his ankles. And the vibro blade is as vibrant as it is in this moment, but Daeyo is not.
Gotcha. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And Daeyo, you
Um,
just see like a vacant stare. He is like he was gonna pretend he was gonna say hello. He was happy to see you, but then suddenly he's not.
Did I do something? I mean, I would have went out and looked for you, but didn't really seem like the safe.
What? Sorry, I was in my own world.
Uh,
Carry this for me, will you? And he tosses a giant hair at you.
I mean, I guess I would catch it. I'd try to.
Yeah, you catch it, and it looks as though it's been mauled by a wild beast of some sort. It doesn't look like Ulago shot this thing at all.
So you stole it. You stole it from.
Hey, you should have seen the size of this thing. All right, this is
Okay.
a steal for us.
I'll take. I mean, I literally just said that you stole it. I think she would
Yeah, of
put
course I
his
did.
sword away and walk in.
Why would I do the
Yeah.
hunting when it can hunt for me?
I mean, yeah, it's smart. It's smart. We found a droid.
What do you mean you found a droid?
We just found a droid. Apparently, PR-3 found it, and then when I found him passed out or snoozing next to it, I released it from the box, and now we have a droid that can repair our ship.
An astromech droid?
Yep.
Ulago
Quite
doesn't
cute.
look
You
happy.
might like it.
Ulago doesn't look happy when you say yes.
Never mind. You might not like it. Okay. Well, I left Oda
Okay.
up there with that strange man. I think we should get back there.
Yeah, let's do that.
The
Let's
two
start
of
walking
you
back.
head towards the elevator. Dio carrying the big hair, and Ulago, you sort of follow a little bit behind. Upstairs, Oda, Karn says to you, I think I need to move my old bones. Excuse me for a second. And he stands up and pats both you and the droid like on the head a little bit and walks.
As it turns around, Oda looks at the droid and goes, "Bones? Bones?"
Yeah, he like gets up and walks towards the stairs. And as the elevator and opens, he sort of like fades into the darkness of the stairs. And Dio, Lago, the two of you see Oda sitting there on the floor next to R3, and PR-3 is just like powered down in the corner.
Did we see him leave, or is he gone before we get there?
As the door opens, he like if we had camera angle, he fades as the door opens.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, we step in. Dinner is served. You're welcome. You're welcome.
What did you do to it?
No, it was already dead.
I didn't do that.
Oh, all right.
I just stole it off the thing that did do that.
Well, I suppose that's better.
For who? Me? You?
I was like, never mind. I don't know.
It's not bad for the thing I stole it from.
I just like whatever I eat to have a good death, all right?
Oh, it was a good death, I can tell.
All right. She seems reassured.
You should have seen the size of
I
that thing.
drop it next to Oda.
Ah!
As it falls down, like one eye stares. It's like one eye
Ah!
is staring directly at you, Oda.
Ah!
You won't be saying that when you eat it.
Probably
Yeah, you're gonna
not.
clean it, right, and prepare it.
Why?
Not you.
Oh.
Oh, and it got it.
I mean, you're the hunter. You should
Why
know.
can't you prepare it? You're the one with the vibro knife. I've just been running for 2 hours.
Running from what?
Running to get here. So we can eat.
Okay, I guess Dayo's gonna try to cut it or clean it.
Yeah.
We'll
Hey,
see how
hey,
we'll see how
hey.
bad this is.
Hey, Dio. You could do a coordination roll for me, please.
Okay.
Wow. Yeah, you expertly skin this animal. It's almost like this is something you've done before. You begin to do the process of skinning that I do not know at all. And I just know that meat shows up at the grocery store. You do this process and you skin it, like on the TV. And
Wait,
then
did you not play Red Dead?
Yeah, did
Jesse?
you not play Red Dead? I was thinking
Where
the
you
same.
hold rabbits by the feet and then you rip their butt and the
Ah.
whole hide comes off.
I don't imagine that the Star Wars universe can get away with butt ripping, but I feel like
It'll be off camera. You just hear the sounds, right?
right.
Yeah.
And then you can see Oda's disgusted face.
Yeah.
Yeah. As this pink sort of like squish noise happens in the distance with this weird glow. Yeah, and then like singed fur comes flying back towards Oda. During this process, PR-3, let me give you the old-fashioned. Never mind. Yeah, you charge up. You're fine.
Nice.
You're fine. I was gonna say we check in with you, but you're good. All right, you power back online.
I feel invigorated.
Wait, what was wrong with you?
I was bedraggled.
Do droids
Yeah.
get tired?
R3 looks at you and like as you say, do droids get tired? R3 looks at you, PR3, and it's like and starts spinning around you, almost as like I'll never get tired. I'm so excited to be here right now.
Jesse, can I recognize this R3 unit as something I've seen?
You 100% recognize this. This R3 unit, you see this very happy, very go-lucky, almost like in love with life R3 unit, and then you have a quick flash of your vision.
In pieces, half in the mud, in the rain. Yeah. Cool. Where's the old boy?
He said he had to move his old bones.
Okay.
And then
Where is he?
he walked that way. Kind of.
Ulago walks that way with haste.
I don't think you'll find him.
Yeah, as Ulago, as you do, it's towards the stairs. It's like straight down into the darkness of the stairs.
Okay. He calls out just once, hoping to get lucky.
Yeah, nothing.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Oh well. Get cooking then, Daeyo. I'm starving.
I mean, she's cooking.
On empty stomach all day.
She's cooking.
Okay, yeah. I mean, obviously, I need to roll this for the sake of hilariousness. I need you to roll for me, Pocket, if you could, one coordination roll and for the sake of making it delicious, one survival roll. Great. Fantastic.
Yeah,
Wow.
we eating good.
Yeah, you are great at this. You, again, it's almost like in your past, at some point, you have had to cook a meal out in the middle of nowhere. And so, using the area around you, you create a fire. You don't even bother to try and like cook it in the forge like an idiot because it would just immediately burn up. You like use some of the fire from the forge to make a pit, and you make a pit, and then you like this thing, and you like turn it over the pit. You got a whole system. It's incredible, and you are somehow evenly cooking this great space hare. But it is taking some time, and you find the four of you standing around this campfire as it slowly grows into the night, and the city itself. You now, again, I don't think the others notice it quite yet, but Ulago, you notice that for the first time, you hear like nature noises. Not birds or anything, but you hear like the wind, and you hear the buildings, and you hear
Insects.
You can, yeah, you can actually hear life.
Cool. That's peaceful. And the crackle of a fire.
And the crackle of a fire, absolutely.
Oh, feels good. Yeah, he relaxes a little bit. You know, he puts the gun down. He's been
Sure.
on edge the whole time. Sits down.
Is there anything the rest of you do while you have this moment to sort of chill out?
What is the timetable of our egress?
We don't have to leave so soon, do we?
This is still cooking.
That does not answer the question.
Well, the timetable's not now. How's that?
Very helpful.
Why don't we get to know each other a little bit better? Been traveling for a while. I don't really know any of it that well. PR-3, let's start with you.
What would you like to know?
Oh, just tell us a bit about yourself. Where you been?
I am PR-3, Imperial Protocol Droid, specializing in diplomacy and guest relations, with specializations in many areas of interest, including alien languages, trade negotiations, knowledge of the core worlds, and the Outer Rim. My databanks also contain useful knowledge of ancient histories and the traditions of many cultures, and making people feel bad about how poor they are.
Oda, like, if you can exchange a knowing look with a droid, exchanges a knowing look with R3.
Yeah, R3 just lets out like a quiet.
Okay. Anyone else want to share?
Oda looks at Daeyo.
And Daeyo mistakes and goes, "Yeah, go ahead, share your story."
Well, as you probably noticed, I'm a smuggler. And I, well, have a history. And it's one that is dangerous.
Go on.
Kind of vague.
Well, it's not something I'm accustomed to talking about because once I tell people about it, usually they try to kill me.
Well, I did swear I would do the opposite.
Does that apply no matter what?
Well, for me, it does.
What about you, Ulago? Would you kill me?
There's a pause, and Ulago is recalling the rest of the vision he had in the plains. He is lying against the wall, and he looks down at himself, but this time there's like a deep scorch wound, and it's definitely from a lightsaber. And lightning strikes, and he sees in the distance a blue lightsaber and a red lightsaber, and they are clashing. And he stumbles, and he drags his feet through the water. And as he gets closer, he notices a man in black and a woman with white hair. And the woman with white hair is holding the red lightsaber. And then you say his name, and he kind of snaps back. What were you saying?
She kind of tries to like laugh it off like it was a joke. I was asking if you would kill me if you knew about my past.
No, I don't think so. Why would I do that?
Well, most people do. But I guess I seem to think you all aren't like most people. Even you, PR-3.
Of
I
course
don't think
not.
you're like
I'm
other
a
Imperial
droid.
Protocol droids, are you?
Say
Ulago
again.
reaches for his gun while they're talking.
Okay. Will you do a stealth roll? I want to see if
Yeah.
anyone notices.
Absolutely.
Should we oppose with perception?
Yeah. I want to see what the stealth roll is first.
Ooh,
'Cause
I
if he
rolled it,
fails-
but it didn't go through, so I'm gonna refresh.
Okay. Meanwhile, Dio's just like rabbit hair.
Oh, it didn't go through, even though I refreshed.
Yeah.
My method has been proven false.
You have failed.
Oh, there we go. 3
Whoop.
advantage.
Yeah. Okay. I will let Oda, Daeyo, PR-3 if you want to notice or see if you do. Ooh. Anyone else want to roll for that?
Wow.
Yeah. Okay, so here's the deal. Ulago, everyone notices that you've put your hand on your blaster.
I
Yeah.
like to imagine that everyone just starts yelling.
I'm gonna use my advantage to play off. Like he starts cleaning it.
Okay. Yeah.
Like everyone sees him pick it up. He puts it into his lap, and he starts cleaning it.
Say,
Okay.
Dayo is like, she notices and she's like watching him now, but she just keeps turning the rabbit or the hair.
Okay.
Well, as I was saying, PR-3, you're not a typical Imperial Protocol droid, are you?
What was I? Sorry, I forgot the word that I was gonna say.
Expound.
Well, you seem to have more insight and maybe loyalty. And I think maybe you would consider yourself our friend. Is that true?
I don't have friends.
Are you sure?
I'm almost positive.
Almost. He said almost positive.
Don't
Well, what
look
about your
into
master? It
things
sounds
that I
like he-
say.
What?
Do not look into things that I say.
Why not?
Because you're trying to confuse me.
Is it working?
Yes.
Well, Oda just kind of like looks around at all of them and she's feeling emboldened by this conversation she just had. And so she doesn't necessarily answer the question, but she just goes, "So do any of you know of the Force?"
Jesse, what I know of the Force? I mean, I would know the Force. Based on everything.
I probably know a bunch about it.
Yeah, PR-3, you would know factoids. Ulago,
I would
you
know a lot
whatever it
about
is
it.
you know. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Dayo, I think you know of it, but you haven't like
I know
interacted.
of it, but I'm not like one of those like I'm a dictionary of what this means.
Right,
No,
right.
it's like one of those. Yeah, I know it exists.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, I know about it.
Do you
What do
ask because you're a Jedi?
said I'm a Jedi?
You have a lightsaber. I've seen it. All this
How do you-
meandering around in unsubtlety. Are you just going to say it out loud, or are we going to dance longer?
What lightsaber?
The one you cut through the wall with right in front of me that I couldn't possibly miss unless I had no head whatsoever.
Tough but fair. She pulls out the lightsaber and shows it to Daeyo and Ulago. I wasn't a Jedi. I wanted to be.
Well, what happened?
What color is it?
It's violet, right, Jesse?
Yeah, it's your master's.
Right. Violet.
Can I see?
She ignites it. Puts it away.
You see Ulago physically relax when he sees the color of the lightsaber.
Do you have a preference of lightsaber color?
Yes, I do.
Why?
My wife.
Likes
She was a
purple?
Jedi.
Your wife was a Jedi?
Yeah,
Tell me everything about her.
not much to tell.
Well, certainly there is.
Maybe one day I'll tell you.
This is the worst game of getting to know everyone that I've ever played.
I was in the Clone Wars.
You were?
Yeah.
What did you do?
Well, I did what we all did. I fought. And then I ran. And I tried to find peace. But war always catches up with you. And that's my story.
How did it catch up with you?
Well, you know what? Don't worry. It doesn't matter.
Well, at least what was her name? Your wife.
Suhao.
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 Will you all give me a perception check? Except for Ulago, please.
Oh, I can't perceive my own
I'm-
perceptions.
You don't need to perceive this. Yeah, okay. All three of you recognize that this is what Ulago was screaming when he was drunk out of his mind and losing control in the cantina / casino when you were on the asteroid.
Oda gracefully does not remind him of that.
There you go. We're all sharing.
Daio's next.
I mean, what's there to know about me?
Well, for starters, why do you care about protecting me?
There's got to be a reason you cook a mean rabbit.
Yeah, I've cooked something similar before. That's how. Listen, I was an orphan, okay? Got taken in by some old man. He was a bounty hunter. He taught me how to survive, how to shoot, how to use, various weapons. Sort of just been doing it. And I think Daeyo would look at Ulago and say, there's a whole code and what not to live by. And I told her if she got me
Nods.
out of jail that I would protect her.
Oh, yeah, you did, didn't you?
Yep. And here we are. And I said I would help him. You're a him, right? And I look at Pierre. I would help it find its master. So,
What are you so hell bent
Here
on
I
finding your
am.
master for anyway, PR-3? Is this rabbit ready yet?
I'd say the rabbit's almost ready, right?
Yeah.
I just grab a skewer of rabbit.
I'm like preparing it onto plates now,
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ulago just takes some. He doesn't
Take-
even
Yeah,
wait
just
for
ta-
plating. He's like,
just takes a leg.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, PR3, they ask you an important question.
I heard.
My master was a great man. He gave me a great purpose.
What purpose was that?
He elevated me above others.
How?
Look at you
I
now.
often received guests for him.
13th
I was
floor.
important.
Well, you're important to us too.
Am I?
Of course. We're,
Detail.
something of a family now. You've helped us, we've helped you. All of our lives are intertwined.
But you're all poor.
We're all poor?
Hey,
How do you know?
I'm resourceful.
You tipped 500% in my witness.
Ulago isn't very good with money, you're right.
What's the point in it? Is there to be spent?
Obviously, it's there to hold over others.
So
Hold
if we
over.
had more money, you would like us.
Yes, if you were resplendent with wealth.
Oh.
I don't see your money, PR-3.
I'm
how
a
much money
droid.
do you have?
What would I have to do with money?
Look at us get scrap parts for you.
PR3, you seem like a very logical droid, are you not?
Perhaps.
Well, because I just wonder what you think of, causal relationships, such as we are poor, therefore we are worthless. You are poor, therefore you are.
Ulago takes a
Fancy.
huge bite of rabbit.
I am not biological. This does not apply.
Oh, I see.
Could do with a polish, though.
I will not argue with this sentiment.
R3 sort of scoots up alongside you, PR3, and is just 100% more polished than you. And does a little, like, astro mech jig next to you. Like,
You have a litany of issues, the most prominent of which is that you exist at all.
Hey, don't talk that way to R3.
Yeah, I kind of like him.
like us laughing. Hey, it's like a therapy for him. Yeah,
That's true. Maybe R3 can teach you how to be kind.
yeah, PR3 R3 looks at you, PR3, and gives you like a and in droid beeps literally says R3 is like PR3 without the P.
My exasperation with you is comprehensive.
I'm so impressed by your thesaurus abilities. That's incredible.
Good rabbit.
Thanks. I'm like my mouth is full and everything.
Yeah, I think Oda's like really into this hangout sesh they're having, but you can tell she's like nodding off from tired. She's had a big day.
Yeah, are all of you equally tired? Are you all falling asleep?
Yeah.
I'd say after the food, yeah.
Full bellies. Warm
Okay.
fire. Eyelids heavy.
Hold
Yeah,
on, I'm gonna
you,
fix this inferno that I'm in.
the group of you begin to sort of bed down for the night. You've turned down the fire a tad to the point where it's just like, a little heat, but really there's a giant furnace nearby, so it doesn't matter that much. PR3, you notice that as everyone sort of beds down for the night, R3 has begun scooting around and still scanning the area, just like learning new things for fun droids. What do you do?
Settle down, you'll disturb the others.
And it sort of like comes to a stop and then looks at you.
I don't understand annoying.
And then it whistles, and all the blinking lights sort of shut off, except for one that sort of hums, and it's almost like a purr, like, and it just sits there.
Well, that's
Purring.
good.
Yeah. Sort of sits there waiting for something to happen whenever they wake up. But what do you do?
Hmm. I wish that there was space internet.
You could try and find a place where you could send out a signal and get onto the HoloNet.
May as well
Okay.
go research.
Give me a
where we're
perception check.
going.
Let's see if you can perceive where it would be.
Oh, I'm gonna perceive. All right, get ready.
All right, I'm waiting.
I'm
for
so
your
aware.
perception. Okay, perceive.
Here you go. Oh, look at.
All right, yeah. You know for a fact that if you needed to connect to the HoloNet, it would probably be down on the 4th floor where the offices were, with
Off
the
we go.
damaged debris on the side.
I already rested, so I'm good.
Yeah, if you want to go down there, you can.
E.
Okay.
I'm
As
shuffling
the others
over.
begin to sort of lay down, do you tell them what you're gonna do, or do you just go?
I go.
Okay.
Are you taking the
Yeah.
elevator?
Is that your plan? To just take the elevator?
Yep.
All right. PR3 moves towards the elevator. It's very obvious he's doing it. Do any of you say anything to him?
No.
Okay.
Don't be mad, PR3. We're just joking.
Yeah. Daeyo, do you do anything?
No, I'd say Dayo's already sitting up with her eyes closed.
Okay, cool. Yeah, the three of them fall asleep. PR3, you find yourself completely by your just by your lonesome. R3 is not with you. The elevator takes you down to the 4th floor, and as the door opens once again, you see yourself in a long series of turned over desks, and alongside the walls are debris and trinkets and various things that have been moved to the side, and you can see beams from the superstructure of the building sort of collapsed in on this floor. And in the far end are 3 offices that sort of look like actual offices with doors. What do you do?
I think that I decide maybe that I made a mistake and it's probably safer just to go back upstairs and no, I know you want me to go in here so bad, Jesse. All right, I'm
It's
going in.
your call, dude.
Let's go.
All right. You begin to step forward over all of this debris. I need an athletics check.
All right. God, this is gonna be going good for me. Droid athletics. Oh, my character sheet minimized.
Yo, use the light side. Use the light side.
Really, you think?
I mean, are you gonna fuck up that bad?
I got 1. I have no points in it, but I have 1 green dice.
You're going against 2.
Use the light
Okay.
side, dude. Otherwise,
Whatever
you're not
makes you
gonna.
happy.
You're gonna black out.
All right, I'll
Again.
use the light side for the love of God. Yeah. Is it ready?
It is ready.
Okay, I was
actually,
making
you know
sure.
what? Hold on.
Whoop.
But you need to use the light side. There you
Okay,
go.
yep,
All right.
yep.
Yeah, go for it.
Dang.
You take some stress trying to get over stuff and you can't make it. Any other thoughts?
What is blocking me exactly?
It's just like garbage, basically.
Really? Flammable garbage?
Ooh.
I guess we'll find out.
Are the walls flammable?
No. Remember, you tried to scorch the top floor.
Okay, making
You
sure.
could not.
All right, flamethrow it.
All right. Yeah. Give me a roll of your. I think it's a heavy weapons roll.
Yeah.
And this is actually. Don't. That's really funny. Yeah. You go to use your flamethrower and you scorch everything. But the rubble on the side is already pretty much destroyed, and the walls do not burn. And so all you do is just sort of make the trash glow a little.
Cool though.
Yeah.
Still satisfying, I guess.
Yeah.
How long has it been since he left?
Literally an hour, maybe. It's mostly been him standing there in complete silence as his robot brain goes over 1,000 ways to get through this, and he fails all of them in both real life and simulation.
God. Can't negotiate with the rubble.
Please move.
Ulago, he's having trouble sleeping because of stuff he saw today.
Sure.
Notices that PR-3 isn't around.
Okay.
Is there anything on the elevator to indicate where it currently is?
Yes, it is marked as being on the 4th floor. It has not come back up.
Okay. He gets to his feet and grabs his rifle and jams his thumb into the button to call for the elevator.
Yeah, PR3 behind you, you hear the elevator and the doors close and it begins to head back up. And you are now stuck on the 4th floor.
Cool.
Yeah, do you do anything in this time or you just wait?
I figure
See what happens.
Yeah, I'll wait.
Okay. Yeah, Ulago, the elevator arrives and you are ready to go. Where would you like to head to?
He does a double take to make sure everyone's asleep and then hits the 4th floor.
Yeah, very quickly you descend to the 4th floor and the door opens and you see PR3 standing in front of piles of rubble. And you notice that on the right side of the room, there is just burning embers within the rubble.
Couldn't sleep, huh?
Ulago, this rubble confounds my faculties. Can you think of a way through it?
Yeah. Can I just shoot the rubble
Yeah, absolutely. You can
with my rifle that disintegrates
it's
matter?
if there was organic stuff, yeah, there's like organic stuff in there for sure.
Wait, before you make decisions, let me explain why, right?
Is there? Okay.
I believe that there is a computer terminal through here, and we can do research on it.
I have no intention of doing any research.
I do. Perhaps you can deal with the rubble aspect of this plan.
I would be happy to help. What do I see in the rubble, Mr. Cox? Is there any biomatter?
I mean, there's definitely going to be some, but right now it's like it's hard to tell. You'd have to do a perception check to really like see what's in there. But from just a visual scan, it's like trinkets and office, things that would be on a desk, like someone's office desk, and then paper, which technically I think counts, even though
I shoot it.
Okay, yeah. Give me a roll. Yes, of course. You blast it, and what is organic vaporizes. You see, like and then the piles sort of even out a little bit, but there's a lot of other things there.
Did it get any lower?
Yes, in fact,
did it help him?
PR3 could attempt another roll to get over it.
Oh my.
And I will give you my advantage dice, Mr. PR3.
Oh.
Damn. Okay, I'll bump you up. Go
Bump
nuts.
him up.
And I use a dark side point. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, cool.
Yay.
Okay. Yeah, you manage to sort of like waddle your way up over the garbage, and you end up over the trash into sort of an open area where the 3 offices stand. And Ulago, you see him do this with fair, pretty easily. And do you want to stick around while he does this? What are your intentions?
As he climbs over and I see he no longer needs my services, Ulago kind of says,
Wait. While I'm climbing over the rubble, I go,
No.
No what?
The rubble, it's trying to make me fall, and I'm disagreeing with it.
I see. Well, look, I'll be on comms if you need me. Is there any other cool shit around here I can go look at?
what floor was the boxes on?
The boxes are on floor. Oh, I don't even have that note. Floor 7, I believe.
Floor 7 contains an uncountable number of boxes with mysterious contents. Perhaps you'd like to poke them.
That doesn't sound that cool. Anything else?
There could be large weaponry in these boxes.
I'll head over there and have a look. He takes the stairs though.
Okay, sure. You head back up the stairs. PR3, you find yourself once again in front of these three offices. What is your battle plan here, dude?
Do I observe any terminals that would work?
You see several terminals,
Mhm.
one in each office.
Okay. Does it look like there's a boss's office with a particularly much better terminal?
There doesn't appear to be a boss's office.
Okay.
You just notice that there are three terminals. You'd have to look at each of the three in order to make a real check, unless you want to do some sort of like perception computer hybrid roll to see if you can detect if there's anything powered. Just either any
How
computers
do you do a
plus one.
perception computer hybrid roll?
Well, I mean, I would make you roll perception and then a computers.
All right, sure, I'm on it.
That's not a hybrid roll. He's lying to you. That's just rolling twice.
I know, it's just rolling two things.
Yeah.
Shh, let me have this.
All right, they're not going through, so let me refresh.
Whoa! All right, yeah. You see that in the third office, there is not only a computer terminal, but you can detect sort of like the energy signature of like it's powered. That computer terminal is still somehow powered.
I'd smell the internet.
Yeah. If you recall, that's kind of what happened when you were on the prison ship at the very
Yeah.
first episode. So you can like kind of detect it.
All right, I'm going to mess with
Intergalactic
it
web
then.
smell.
Yeah. As you go towards the computer and enter the office, you see in the chair the bones of something that was sitting there at one point.
Mhm.
Jeez.
Yeah, it doesn't concern me.
Okay. Do you jump onto the
Whoa, you cut out there.
Oh, do you jump on the holonet? How are you doing this? What is your plan right now? What are you trying to do? Because you have access to the computer.
Mm-hmm. First I look up that dude that Oda's been talking to.
The dude that Oda's been talking to.
Mhm.
Karn.
Yeah, Karn, that's the guy.
Yeah. You know you can type in his first name. You don't know his last name.
Okay.
But you know that his first name was GLAU'KAARN. GLAU apostrophe KAARN.
Cool.
You come up with 13 million listings.
Wow. I attempt to narrow down results by this planet and other details such as this location.
Yeah, sure.
The city.
Yeah, as you do, you find 4 restricted files in the Imperial database.
Ooh, restricted. I romance the files.
Sure.
I mean, I hack the files.
All right. You're going to try and slice this with your computer skills. Was that your plan?
Yes.
All right. Go nuts. Is that a new roll?
That was the new roll, but it's identical to the last roll.
Give me a sec. I'll give it to you because it didn't affect it, but you had a blue die on there that you didn't need. Anyway, it's fine. Yeah, you managed to hack into them, and you discover that they've been locked by order of the Emperor himself.
Ooh, fancy.
And these files are about the Jedi Academy. And although they are not important files, they aren't like the legends of GLAU'KAARN. They are the database of a Jedi Knight named GLAU'KAARN ZOSLUSS, who was at the Jedi Temple and was one of the few that at the time was off-world when Order 66 took place.
Mhm.
And has been they haven't found or discovered this character.
Okay.
One of the files is a wanted list, and it lists possible locations. And it says under this wanted possible locations that it's possible he returned to Antar IV, but it also notes that Antar IV was cleansed, and the probability of anyone living here is unlikely.
Okay. Interesting. Next I type in 13 ways to sabotage rollers of astromech droids.
Okay. Yeah. Give me
No, I'm just not
a.
even really gonna do it.
All right. You're a bad boy. I don't know what you'll do.
I already know all 13 ways.
He Googles it just to confirm that he
Yes,
knows
making
that
sure.
that's
Right.
It was a great read, and I wanted to refresh it.
He Googles it, but you see that he wrote the article.
He's checking how many hits it got.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Mhm.
God, what do I? I guess I would put in for what was the project name again? Wait, or did I check the internet for that already? I can't remember.
Um,
The project
I
name
don't
from the
know.
planet that we escaped from.
The planet you escaped from?
Yeah, I remember we were in the Imperial
You
facility.
know that planet to be Namchorios.
Yeah,
is-
Namchurios, but like there was the project name of their secret project.
Yes.
Yeah, and
It
I
was
looked it up,
Project
and there
Eternity.
was nothing on it. But I looked it up on the Galaxy Net already. Can't remember.
You found several projects.
Yeah,
You found projects like Stardust and Eternity. You
that's true.
found a bunch of different projects. Yeah.
I'm trying to think of a way to look up the destination again of where. I mean, we have the coordinates, right?
I mean, you know for a fact
Yeah,
that your master was taken to the Arcanist sector.
the Arcanus sector, yes. But there's no way I can narrow that down.
I mean, you can do research on the Arcanist sector.
I
if you'd
would
like.
love to do research on the Arcanus sector.
Yeah. Let me do one thing really quickly. I would love for you to roll a computers check,
Okay.
and I'm going to use a. Don't do it yet.
Oh, I did it.
That's fine. I'm going to use a dark side point.
Oh, okay.
You may roll.
Oh God.
Excellent. Yeah. As you attempt, I'm going to give you this. You look up the Arcanist sector, but as you attempt it, a signal, unbeknownst to you, is sent off.
Oh,
Whoa.
well then. Damn space
Uh,
NSA.
I don't know. Signal sent off somewhere. It's almost like you shouldn't be looking up the Arcanist sector. And as you do, this is what you find out about the Arcanist
What if a kid's
sector.
doing a book report on the Arcanus sector?
Well, probably shouldn't be looking it up.
Okay.
Should be just making it up from their mind. That's how the Empire does.
Oh yeah.
You know that in the Arcanist sector, there are 3 systems of note. The Tattoo system,
Mm-hmm.
the Arcanist system,
Okay.
and the Geonosis system.
Okay.
Would you like to
So,
know more?
I know out of character about the Geonosis system.
Okay. You should also know about
Um,
the Tattoo system out of character as well.
Should I?
Wink. Yeah. It's home to a famous planet.
Tatooine.
Oh, I see. I want to go ahead and say that maybe they have stuff in Geonosis is classically where they did experiments. So yeah,
I don't know.
right? Yeah, I'll
I
look it up.
can't. I mean, I'm not going
Yeah.
to confirm or deny that in character.
That's right. It would be out
Um,
of character. I'll look up. Actually, look in the Arcana sector because I have no
Yeah.
idea. It has a cool name. That's it.
Yeah, the Arcanist sector, what you discover is that it is a loyal imperial loyalist world that is the throne world of Leia, the Empress of the Regency worlds.
Mm-hmm.
It is where one of the Empire's great officer academies is located in the Outer Rim. And it is known as being like a very, very loyal to the Empire system. And it is also known as being very rainy. Maybe 2 to 3 days a week it rains.
Okay. Is there a picture of this Leia?
Let me see if I can find you one.
Galaxy image
No,
search.
I can't find you one.
Which is no one
I
we
will-
recognize, is what you don't have to actually.
Yeah,
give
no,
us.
no, it's no one you
Alright.
recognize.
All right, it's not Sam's crazy girlfriend then. All right. Geonosis then.
Sure, yeah. You Google Geonosis. You Google. Oof. You look up Geonosis, and literally there's nothing there. It's totally blank.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's a little too. Nothing.
Too
There's just
blank.
nothing about it.
Like you type in Geonosis and
Yeah.
it says no information. It'd be
Like,
like if you
doesn't-
went to
yeah.
Google and
Yeah.
typed in
Jesse Cox, and it said no
Bikeman.
results found.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'd be great actually. Some of those I'd be like, thank God. But yeah, it'd be like if you went online, you typed in your name, and it found
Yeah.
nothing about you.
Okay, that's stupid. Do you think that they would put some fake stuff so people wouldn't know that it was obvious they were trying to hide
Nothing's
things?
there. Well, it is the outer rim, so a lot of these planets are not like known to
Yeah.
people.
And then what was the third one?
The third one is the tattoo system.
Tattoo. Look at that then.
Yeah, you recognize that it is home to the backwater desert planet Tatooine, and there's an Imperial presence there, and it is home to many spaceports, and is recommended if you are traveling the Outer Rim that you might want to stop there for cheap repairs and parts.
It sounds like it's for poor people, and no one of exception will ever come from it. So I think that it's interesting that Geonosis was wiped, and the other one with the evil queen there, the loyalist Imperial queen. What was her
Yeah.
kingdom called again?
The Arcana system, it was the she's one of the Regency worlds.
Yeah,
The Regency worlds is sort of like an autocratic government within the Arcana sector.
Okay.
And they run a bunch of small sized planets there. There's one note you see.
Okay.
There's no it's like a little addendum, like a little asterisk. You see something called Project Harvester listed.
Project Harvester. What's that?
No information present.
No, not even if I type it in and look it up even closer.
Nope.
Hmm.
You just notice that within the files it says Project Harvester.
Okay. I don't know what
associated
type
with
of
Arcanus.
do I know what type of ships that they took from the project planet?
You have no like the only thing that you know is that well, like out of character, you saw a scene in which a literal Star Destroyer showed up
Yeah.
and they like took them to some place. In character, all you know is that you've seen one light Imperial cruiser there and a few shuttles.
Okay.
So you have no clue. You can look and see. You can go back to Namchorios and like try and look at the logs if you want.
Did physically go back?
Like in the HoloNet and see
in
if
the
there's any
HoloNet. Yeah, I would love to look
Imperial
for more
reports.
details.
Yeah. Sure.
Absolutely.
You begin to deep dive through the HoloNet and discover that at a certain point there are registerings of several actual honest to god Imperial class Star Destroyers in the system shortly after you left.
Okay. And can I look around the what was it called again? The Arcanus?
Yeah.
Yeah, can I see if there's any records of comings and goings of those?
You recognize that several of the Star Destroyers went to the Arcanus sector. They don't
Okay.
say where, but you know
But
they've
they went
gone
there. Yes. Then that would be probably where I would suspect things were going on.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there anything else you would like to investigate while you have the time?
Hot oily droid baths.
Yeah. You look up hot oily droid baths and you see thousands of images of droids bathing in hot oil.
Oh my god. I wish I had a credit card.
There's a lot.
All right,
yeah.
cool. All right, then I think I'm good.
Okay.
Even
What's
in
the
the
plan?
Star Wars universe, it's National Horny Day.
Yeah.
Even there, yeah,
Yeah.
everywhere. It's an
Okay.
intergalactic thing.
Wait, I do one more thing.
Yeah.
I do deep searches of Ulago, Daeyo, and Oda.
Ooh.
Damn, you Batmaned them. Okay. Yeah. Your deep search of Oda Kanali reveals that there is one file similarly locked, much like that of Karn, similarly locked, but this file literally just is like a date of acceptance, and that is it. There's nothing else added.
Okay. A date of
A
acceptance.
date of acceptance to the academy,
Okay.
and that is it.
And that's all the file contains.
That's it.
All right, cool.
It's just like bureaucratic paperwork.
All right.
But it's sealed because it's related to something that is not good for the emperor.
Oh, like
when it
that,
comes. Sorry.
if I opened it, it would have more information.
No. I mean, like
No.
it was
Okay,
sealed
I
like the other ones.
was
Like you've hacked
confusing.
into the system, so you don't
All right,
have to
cool.
rehack it.
All right, I got you.
But
I got you.
much like Karn,
Yeah.
it was a lot of bureaucratic. Like this was this person. They filled out this
Okay.
form at one point in
All
time,
right,
right?
cool.
With Ulago, you can find only the records of him. It's like a list of battles of him
Okay.
being present at battles,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not informational. It's just sort of like a roster of people being present at a certain event.
Okay. I'll look up his wife's name.
Ooh.
Suhao.
Yeah. You look up Suhao, and again, locked files.
Wow. Okay.
As you slice through, similarly to Oda and Karn, you get bureaucratic informational stuff. Just like things that prove she existed, but nothing that shows you like who this person was or is like, here's my diary. None of that stuff. Just bureaucratic, like, yeah, this person was real. He's definitely telling the truth. This person did exist.
Yeah.
But you know nothing about, there's no like marriage certificate, right? Because she was a
Right.
Jedi. So there's none of that. Like, there's none of that. None of that exists. And
Okay.
there is, in fact, nothing linking her to him.
Okay.
And for Daeyo, you find absolutely nothing.
Jeez, you guys. Didn't even register to vote. You sicken me.
Does the Empire let us vote?
No, he doesn't.
Yeah,
that's
you've got a
right.
few years before
Yeah.
there is no Senate. So,
So it's actually
you'll be
pretty
fine.
smart. You didn't actually. One last thing. I assume who's looking for us right now besides the syndicate there?
The sun.
There is the Black Sun
The
is
Black
looking
Sun.
for you.
Okay.
You have a Imperial of some
Right.
caliber named Don Kren who's looking for you. And is anyone else hunting you down at the moment?
Do we have bounties on us? Can I check?
What now?
We have bounties on us. Can I check?
Yeah, you can definitely look.
Yeah.
There's nothing about you even listed. There's no
Okay.
bounty. It's almost like it appears like no one cares.
It's
No
almost
one
like we haven't
cares.
used a lightsaber yet.
Oh yeah. But
Yeah,
the Black
there's no
Sun's still
bounty
looking
on
for
you
us,
all.
right?
What now?
The Black Sun's still looking for us, right?
Yes, but they would not be on an Imperial server.
That
No, they
damn
wouldn't.
slave was a tattletale. That's why snitches get stitches, dude.
Damn.
Wait till I see
Damn.
her again.
Yeah, you do not see any of that.
There's no way to access their communication network and plant
There's
some
a Black
information
Sun
that
dog.
we're not.
You got to be like
The
it
Black
to be
Sun
it.
dog.
There's a Black Sun dog. There's no way.
No, Black Sun dog.
Yeah, no, you're definitely not gonna get in through an Imperial server.
Okay. I was just gonna put him off the trail a little bit, but I guess I can't from this, so I guess I'm done.
Okay, yeah. Let me just ask because I know you keep forgetting. Do you
What?
want to look into this box at all?
No, I don't care about it.
Okay, yeah,
It's not my job to care about the box.
you're right. It's not. Just figured, you had it. So, do you head back? What is the?
Yeah, I think I do.
Okay. I'll let you have this climbing over it, and
Yay.
you begin to head back up the elevator. Ulago, you find yourself finally in front of all these boxes, like a lot of boxes. They're labeled A through Z, and it is kind of like the warehouse from Indiana Jones. There's a lot.
You see him finally reach the top of the stairs to the 7th floor, and he sees all the boxes laid out in front of him. And there's a long pause, maybe like 6 seconds of just silence and poker face, and then he goes, "Not worth it," and he just keeps climbing the stairs.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah, that's it. That's the
You-
scene.
You arrive almost exactly when PR-3 gets back up, and the two of you sort of look at each other. Do you say anything to each other? PR-3, do you say anything now that you've learned stuff about these people?
Yeah, I tell him about the Star Destroyers and their destination generally, and that we should probably look there next.
Okay.
And I do it in character, but I can't remember what the system's called again.
It's the Arcanus sector. Is
That's
what you're
the
looking
one.
for. Yeah.
Based on what they did to the other people who were prisoners, we should get your
We should get your crater out of there as soon as we can.
Agreed.
You've got my vote. But now I sleep.
And he slumps down against the wall
Sure.
and sleeps.
As you close your eyes, PR3, before we end the night, do you do anything else?
No, I got nothing else to do.
Okay. Day breaks, and Oda, you pop awake, having a good night's sleep finally for a while. It's been a little, you've been hiding stuff from these people, but it's like a weight off your chest, and you're finally like, my friends, I've told them everything, and
Mhm.
everything's great. You're the first one awake. Daeyo for the first time is not immediately up. Ulago is not immediately up. It's almost like they're just zonked out. PR3 is also powered down. R3 is also powered down. You are the only one awake right now. And again, will you give me a perception check? I'm not going to give you this information. Will you give me a perception check?
Nothing's
I
free
sure
anymore,
will.
guys. Nothing's free anymore from the Cox.
Nope.
We have to roll for everything.
I rolled, but it's not. It's not. Oh, there it is.
Give me another roll. I screwed up and had it. Well, you know what? Don't. You're fine. You beat the odds, so I'm going to give it to you.
Hell yeah.
You notice that unlike last night, when you could hear the wind and the fire, it is silent, like deafening silence.
Can I intuit why or what might be causing that?
Sure, of course. I would say that you could maybe use the force to try. You could also try to I don't know, maybe you could also perceive. You could use the force to try and perceive.
I don't think I want to use my force point for that. I just want to
Okay.
try and understand what might be going on. So
Okay,
that'd be
sure, sure, sure.
perception again.
Yeah.
Oh man.
No, it's like a haze. It's hard for you to understand. But you are the only one awake and it's silent.
And Karn is nowhere to be seen, right?
Nowhere to be seen.
I look around. I'm like, Karn.
You hear nothing.
Can I go look outside, see if I see anything?
Sure. Again, you're very high up. So looking
Can I look
outs-
out a window?
you are on a floor where there are no windows because there's no roof. So like you can look over the edge.
Yeah, that's what I want to do.
Yeah, of course. You're very high up. There's still ash in the air. It's very hard to see below you. Similar to how Ulago was trying to do it last episode. It's just really hard. You could certainly try. You could try to roll for it. It'd be difficult.
To roll for like seeing the ground?
Yeah.
What would I roll for that?
I would let you make choices there of how you want to look. Because I imagine you're not just like looking with your eyes.
I think I guess maybe I would say it could be an education check. Like I'm looking for patterns in the fog. I'm looking for signs of biological life.
Sure.
I'm looking for whatever could have been making the sound last night that wouldn't be making it now.
Okay, yeah. I like this. Go for it. Yes. Here's the thing. You don't notice plants or animals or sounds or changes in the wind patterns or anything like that. What you do notice is the orderly way in which you placed the graves is no longer orderly.
It's been like defaced, basically.
I don't know. You're too high up. You can't tell. You just know that it's not the way you made it.
Did the wind last night seem violent?
No, it was just you realized that it just was windy. Not like violently windy, but you were 13 floors up and you like felt the
Right.
breeze. And you could hear the ash and you could hear the fire and you could hear like crickets or bugs, space crickets, right? You could hear things in the background that made it seem like it was a living world. And you realize that now you can't.
Well, I'm certainly not going to go out by myself. So, I will focus on just keeping watch while the others are still sleeping, and also try to sneak around and fix some semblance of a morning meal from whatever's left of the hair, if there is anything.
Yeah, there's just scraps. There's bits and pieces of meat left, sure. As you do, the sound slowly comes back to you.
Oda makes a note to ask Karn about that later.
Sure. Ulago, Daeyo, PR-3, you all either wake up or come online.
Just confirmed
roughly
via
the same
Google
time.
that Star Wars crickets are just called crickets. Crickets exist in the Star Wars universe, so not space crickets, just regular crickets.
I learned that also buckwheat noodles exist in the Star Wars universe, and that really upset me. I was like, buckwheat noodles? It's
That sounds
insane.
delicious.
I understand, but it literally says Luke Skywalker went to a stall, ordered buckwheat noodles with Rancor sauce, and I'm like, shut up! You took the time to make Rancor sauce, but you got to name it buckwheat noodles? Get out of town! Get out of town!
Some Earth delicacies must have made their way out into the universe, you know?
I understand it's so upsetting. They have other names for cheese, though. It doesn't. They're things that we need to just get straight.
Sometimes they really did just give up, like trying to
Yeah,
name
they're
it.
just
They were
like,
fuck
it's
this.
it's buckwheat noodles. You know what it's hard for us to come up with another name for it, so ugh. Anyway,
Like space crickets.
yes, like space crickets. Or just
They're
naming
just-
something like
There's
loaf
crickets,
cat.
guys. Sorry, they're not even space crickets. They're just regular crickets.
Right. I'm such a fool. Crickets, because you're not in space. Normal crickets. Yeah, everyone wakes up
Space crickets have a helmet on. Duh.
they have space cricket ships. You sort of wake everyone with the smell of this cooking breakfast meal. And as you awake, you see your companion sort of like interested in what you're doing.
Do mine eyes deceive me, or are you cooking breakfast?
I sure am. She hands you a tiny plate of warmed over scraps.
Let me guess. Rabbit.
Right, you are. I
Here.
certainly didn't go kill anything myself.
Neither did I. We talked about this.
That's true. We have that in common. She puts
Sure.
one down by Daeyo too.
Daeyo just grabs it and says, thanks. Doesn't do
You're welcome.
any fancy talking or anything.
As
Yeah, 3, I
the-
didn't make you breakfast, but do you like to have anything in the morning? Some oil?
Quiet time.
Well, you just had that for a long time.
There's never enough these days.
Oh, this is the perfect planet for you, then, isn't it?
No.
No, it's dirty.
I haven't seen Karn at all today. And I noticed that the graves that we set up yesterday are all bowled over. Do you suppose he got angry? Do you suppose the wind knocked them over? Do you suppose there's somebody else here? Do you suppose there's animals?
I suppose that maybe if we go check, you'll stop asking a lot of questions.
Probably.
Well, let's get a jump on it then. Because the quicker we get back to the ship, the quicker we can fix it.
She
Finished.
agrees.
Daeyo!
Kicks Daeyo.
Oh, what the fuck? Okay. I was eating. I thought we were eating first.
Yeah, but you can eat and get ready.
Oh, yeah, all right. Fine. I'm getting up. And I guess
Atta go.
maybe I just did not sleep as well as maybe I wanted to.
Mhm.
Is the other droid up? The R3 unit?
Yes, it is just sort of watching you all, waiting to see if you'll take it with you.
I walk up to it and I put my hand on top of it and I say, yeah, well, you're following me. Did you just
and does like
whistle at
really
me?
high
Don't
pitched,
do that.
like really high pitched whistles, and
Mhm,
sort of
whistle.
like does like a little like R2 jig, like a happy
I get
R2
down.
unit.
I get down in front of him. I crouch down. I say, "Listen, you. It's really early. You gotta calm down on the noises, okay? Just promise me that."
And instead of doing very high pitched whistles, it goes like really quiet.
That's better. And yeah, I walk to the elevator.
Yeah. Do you guys leave anything behind, or you take everything with?
We don't have that much, so might as well take it
Only
all.
if there's leftover food. That's it for me.
There's
yeah.
there.
I would leave it behind for him.
Okay. So the group of you move to the elevator, and where are you going? You're going to the bottom floor?
Yeah, to go outside, right?
Oda wants to
Okay.
go check out these graves.
I'll be right back real quick.
Yeah, the group of you head outside, past the foundry entrance, and move towards this graveyard that Oda helped create the previous day. And you notice, Oda, immediately that one of the graves, it appears to be empty, as if it was like opened,
Like dug up.
like dug up.
It definitely looks like it was disturbed, not like someone burst forth from it, right?
Just looks like it was dug up. It doesn't look like it was destroyed. Just looks like it was dug up. And you notice that all the others appear to be just in pristine, immaculate condition. But this one grave has thrown everything off. All of your perfect like creating things have
My
all been
Animal
thrown off
Crossing.
by a hole in the ground now.
Do I remember anything about this particular grave? Because I was asking Karn about the people when
Yeah.
I was setting them up.
Yeah, you remember that you were told at the time that this person had made a lot of mistakes in their life, and at the end was trying to atone for them, but just didn't have enough time.
Didn't he say last night he was going to move his bones?
I suppose that's true.
Might
I
not be
didn't
an
take it-
expression.
I thought it was figurative.
Well,
Huh.
so did I, but you never know.
I suppose all these bones are his, technically.
Well, you're a Jedi. Can Jedi move their own bones?
Well, I'm not a Jedi, but I don't know.
Mystery unsolved.
Yeah, do we see any other clues around? Like, can we kind of look around and see if there's anything else we notice?
Give me a perception check. Do.
I'm like looking for footprints, especially.
Yeah.
Nope.
No. It's
My luck has run out today.
Yeah. Here's the thing. You notice nothing. In fact, it's almost as if whatever did this left no trace whatsoever. And it's almost as if you can't tell what was even inside there. You have no perception at all of what, like, to you, it's a hole in the ground.
Well, you did a pretty good job with the graves.
Thank
Quite
you.
nice. I do think, though, that maybe we should get back to the ship.
Well, we have to say goodbye to Khan.
Really think we should just go back to the ship.
Khan!
And Daeyo starts
And it goes out to
walking.
the planet, and there's an echo. Like, Kong. No.
Was
nothing.
Khan with you all night last night?
No, he said he was going to move his old bones, and I never saw him
No,
again.
before that.
Yes. We talked a very long time.
Didn't leave at any point.
Mm-mm.
Okay. In that case, I
Why?
think maybe he'll find us.
All right. Well, I suppose we could go to the ship.
Let's put this
I just
R3 droid to use, yeah?
It chirps
Yeah,
at
we
you.
should get it fixed.
Okay.
Daio's already walking like with the unit. I'm just saying.
Yeah, follow them towards the ship.
Yelled. She's like, nope.
Yeah, as the group of you head back towards the ship, in the distance, watching you leave is a shot of like a furry figure from behind watching you as you leave and head towards the ship. You know the way. You quickly head back, and it isn't even a thing. It's almost like a Star Wars wipe, and you find yourself back at the ship, and it looks the same like it always has looked. And
Sigh of relief. Oh, thank God.
yeah, you go up the gangplank into the ship, and you see the inside appears to be completely intact, and it still has that smell of, boy, we burnt something in here. And the astromech droid sort of whistles and tweets and begins to head towards the compartment where you were messing with the hyperdrive. Daeyo, do you want to go and join it?
Yeah, I'd join it.
Okay.
I'd be
Yes.
carrying the part with it, so.
Mhm. Yeah, the two of you head back to go fix the hyperdrive. What do the rest of you do?
Head to the cockpit, switch all the lights on, see if anything was stolen or pried off.
PR-3, Oda, before Ulago goes to the cockpit, what do you do?
Oda's gonna kind of like hover back at the entrance, kind of trying to notice if she sees Karn anywhere, because she figures once the ship is fixed, everyone's gonna want to leave, and she doesn't want to leave without saying goodbye.
Ulago, well, PR-3, what do you do first? What is your
Co-pilot
plan?
stuff.
Co-pilot stuff? All right. Yeah. Ulago, PR-3, the two of you walk into the cockpit, and even though all the lights are off because you powered down, there is one light blinking red.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
PR3, what's that light?
Is that a computers or a piloting check?
It's the computer's thing because you're
Alright.
looking at the computer.
All right then.
You recognize it as it's some sort of detector
A detector?
of some sort. Something is happening. You'd have to power
Uh-oh.
on the ship to figure out what.
It is some
But it's a
sort of
notification.
detector. We require power for specifics.
Well, power you shall have, my friend. And he hits the appropriate switches, and the cockpit starts to rev to life.
Yeah, instead of the sound of revving, you hear "Meep, meep, meep, meep," loud, echoing alerts through the entire ship.
PR3?
There seems to be some sort of issue.
Oh, really? Perhaps you could figure out the issue.
Perhaps I could.
Well, I've got no chance, so it's on you.
How do I figure out this issue? What does it say? Can I read now? There's more details. The power's on.
Yeah.
Is there some place I can look here on the console?
Sure. Yeah, you have access to computers. You don't need to do anything. You've always had access. You go through the logs and determine that last night,
Uh-oh.
at some point,
Mm-hmm.
the ship was scanned by something.
Mm-hmm.
And
That
your
was
ship
scanned
picked up
by
the-
something.
Your ship picked up the scan. It was scanned by something scanned it.
Okay.
And you recognize that the scan happened roughly 2 hours after your search for the Arcanus system or
Mhm.
sector.
I don't know that I would still make that connection.
You definitely recognize that it happened 2 hours after after you got to the computers.
Okay.
That's all. That's all the information you have.
Yeah.
So yeah, you may not make the connection, but that's what happened.
Okay. Okay.
PR?
Us being scanned would cause all of this alarms.
Your ship has the stuff. It knows that it was scanned by something that wasn't
Okay,
friendly.
so it's a security system to let us know we've been scanned.
Yeah, it's it's like
Okay.
interface saying like something has alerted people that you're around.
Okay.
Our ship has been scanned. This is a security system to let us know this information.
Scanned? Who the hell is going to scan us here?
Unknown.
Why?
Also unknown.
When?
2 hours. Wait, how many hours?
Well, right now it's I mean, 2 hours after what you did last night is
That
10
was a
hours
good
ago.
blooper reel. That was
Yeah,
a
how
good
many
blooper
hours?
reel.
Yeah, I know I fucked up.
10 hours ago.
I mean, I up.
Ha.
I
10 hours
that you
ago?
have a little. I hate that you have a little button that you can press for that. Yes,
It's
10
gonna go
hours
what,
ago.
Solar?
You mean a little?
10
Yeah, but it wasn't
hours
like
ago.
Whoa,
10 hours ago. Damn it.
10 hours ago. Okay. Well, it's time to leave then.
I agree.
All right, let's go see what that droid is up to.
Yeah,
I don't agree.
Daeyo, will you give me a mechanics roll, please? Ooh. Yeah, when the two of you go back to check out what's going on, Daeyo is working with R3 and they're trying their hardest to get it hooked in and put all the parts together to get it working again, but they're still in the process of doing it. In fact,
The damn sirens, man. Just got a headache.
Hmm.
let's see. In fact, it's going to take them some bit of time to get it done. Unfortunately, they don't know how much time, but the sirens are still ringing, and I guess you could do some sort of roll to help them, maybe, or you could go back to the cockpit and try and figure out what the hell is going on. Meanwhile, Oda, what are you up to? You're just standing there waiting for someone to show up?
I mean, I guess when the sirens start happening, she'll come in to see what's happening. But she has learned that she's no use helping with the ship. So she's mostly just trying to stay out of the way and kind of like coming in to check, then going back to the door to look, then coming in to check, then going out to the door to look.
Yeah. Um, there's nothing out there. It's just the city. You don't see anyone. Um, what do you guys do about the sirens? Do you go back to the cockpit and turn them off? What's your plan?
Definitely, I do that.
Okay. Yeah, the sirens shut down and you have a brief moment, little bit of quiet. And then you begin to pick up radio signals, PR-3.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
What do these radio signals say?
Well, they're transmitting something in droid.
Uh-huh. And I'm listening.
You could try to figure out. Yeah,
I'm
you could
definitely
try
trying to
to.
figure it out.
You could try to computers. You could try to perceive. You can
Uh-huh.
do whatever you want here. Give me a roll.
I'm a computer.
Yeah. Oh, well, it's so crazy. It's almost like you being part of the Empire. You
Huh.
recognize Imperial probe droid.
Yeah. Okay. So it's transmitting information about us?
It is definitely in the area, doing
Yes.
something, transmitting information about you. Yeah.
Okay. I'm the only one in the cockpit?
Depends. Where are you at, Ulago?
Wandered off to see how long the engineering would take.
Yeah, you're the only one in the cockpit.
All right, then I have to get on the ship intercom.
Okay.
We have a problem. There's an Imperial probe droid broadcasting our location. We must leave soon.
When Oda hears that, she's like ready to leave because Imperial probe droid is not something she wants to mess with, but she wants Karn to know that she was thankful and said goodbye. So she runs out and just like on the ground makes another little shrine that's kind of like one of the ones she made on the grave, like a stack of rocks and something to look at least intentional, and kind of
Okay.
like places her hand on it and spends a moment communing with the force and trying to like imbue meaning, and then runs back on the ship.
Cool. Yeah. You run back on the ship, and the entranceway closes behind you, and we see a shot of the stack of rocks on the landing pad. what's your guys' plan? Are you going to take off? You can still fly. You just can't get to hyperspace yet until this is repaired.
Yeah, we should probably go off the
We have
planet
to
at
get
least.
far from here. Go.
Yeah.
It's not gonna help. Ugh.
Maybe we could find a better place to park the ship at least.
What's not going to help?
Wasn't that wreckage nearby?
Oh yeah.
It was.
Why
Hide in
don't
the
we go
trash.
hide in the wreckage?
Classic Star Wars move.
All right. Let's go hide in the wreckage.
All right, Ulago, give me a roll for your piloting planetary and then
Planetary.
piloting space, please.
I'm gonna use a light side.
Done. Easy. Donezo.
Boop.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. It takes you a hot minute to get up off the ground, but you do.
Yeah.
You don't fail at it, but you get off the ground. It's just you're not once again, this is a tough ship to pilot. You're not like the best skilled at it.
Okay.
Give me
And then,
your next one as you venture. Yes. Okay. So you end up slowly taking off, and once you get into space, though, you sort of manage to remember exactly how you got to the planet in the first place through the debris field. And as you begin to fly towards it, you notice that in the debris itself, the ship that you had activated, all the lights are still blinking, and that crazy on-off pattern. And around it are tiny little red dots you can see moving through space in the debris.
ship wreckage might not be a great idea on second thoughts,
Why?
because I'm pretty sure I can see Imperial droids.
Well, let's just go. We don't have a hyperdrive, but we can still go.
We sit ducks if they catch us.
Well, what do you suggest?
Is there anywhere else we can hide? Are there any like more derelict ships in this?
Oh yeah, I mean, this is literally a epic battle's worth of ships.
Okay.
So
yeah.
there's the one ship that is on off and is like functioning kind of that is drawing attention, but there are many ships.
I want to avoid the on-off one, making executives and just go to like a ship that is clearly non-functioning beyond repair and try and hide there instead.
Yeah, you see a great number of ships in front of you. Again, there is a giant. The one ship you found was a Confederacy ship, a separatist ship. But there are also smaller ships that range from cruisers to early designs for Victory class Star Destroyers, things like that. But really, most of it is wreckage to the point where it's unrecognizable.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's plenty of places you can hide. The question is, how deep inside this debris field do you want to go?
I think we're looking for like a piece of wreckage with a docking bay.
Sure. Let me roll quick. All right, give me a check, if you will.
Okay. Perception?
Yeah.
No.
No, it's not that you can't find one. They just don't exist. This is the one docking bay was the ship that was pretty much intact. That
Wait,
had
is that supposed to be 3 difficulty?
Yes.
Oh my god. Okay.
It's a debris field. It's tough.
Well, I can't see anything. I don't know if you guys can.
I wouldn't know it if I saw it.
Yeah,
Actually, I don't know. Hiding would be something I probably would be good at.
I think so.
Can I use my skullduggery to see if I can locate a good spot to hide?
Yeah, you absolutely can. I will say that as you attempt to do so, you feel like a little push from the force.
Toward
I don't know. You have to tap into it, figure it out.
Mechanically, what does that mean?
You have to
Use
roll
the
your force die.
Use your force die.
Oh, okay.
Hold on, let me clear stuff for you. There you go.
You got this.
Go nuts if you want to. Whoa! Yeah,
Uh-oh.
you feel a little tap from the force, offering you a way out. But in order to access it, you'd have to tap into the dark side.
She remembers the words of her new mentor that she just departed, and she shakes her finger at the dark side. Not this time.
Cool. So
Wait.
just give me a normal check then.
I'll do it myself.
Damn!
Oh, that shouldn't
yeah,
have had a force
thankfully,
die. I'm sorry. I
it's
forgot.
fine. Yeah, but you use the knowledge of your running and hiding for all these years to see that even though you can't find a hangar, there are plenty of places where a ship like this could latch onto, and you could just sit there if you powered down and look like the rest of the rubble.
She does the like lean over the pilots in the cockpit. There, right there. That'll do nicely.
I'll take you at your word. Can I pilot over to where she describes, or do we get to just star wipe over there?
We'll star wipe you.
Yeah.
You guys have had some good rolls.
Bad pilot.
The group of you ends up sort of clamped to the side of a piece of wreckage as it floats through space. And you can see in the distance all of these probe droids scanning the Confederacy ship that is activated and sort of on and off. And as you power down and begin to sit there, you have this sort of like, what now moment. And that is where we will end for today. All right. Well, that is it for us. Thank you so much for coming on another adventure with me. Strippin', what is going on with you this week, dude?
Hello. I am currently working my way through Final Fantasy VII Remake Hard Mode. Although it's been causing me some pains, I might continue offline. But if I don't, you can find me on Twitter, TV/Strippin every day at 7 p.m. GMT. Yeah. Final Fantasy, For Honor. That's going to be me this week, I think. Pretty much.
You have my sympathies. I can't,
I don't need your sympathies.
Oh, you have them. It doesn't matter. You have them.
No, I do need them. I do
Giving
need
them
them. It's really bad.
Every time that I've done anything where I'm like, this is the first time I've ever fought this boss. I'll try to figure out how to do it. People are like, you are doing it wrong. And I'm like, I just met this guy. I don't even know him.
It's not even that. It's like for hard mode, for like trying to get the plat trophy, you have to do some chapters like 4 or 5 times. You have to just replay them over and over again to get different outcomes.
I did see that if anyone out there is trying to get the plat trophy, apparently in chapter 3 there are choices, and in chapter 8 there are choices, and in order to get them all, you have to play the game 3 times.
Minimum.
And I was like,
because you can mess
I don't
up.
know that I care that much. I was like, because they're, I found out that there are different dresses. This is very important to me, y'all. Found out that everyone can dress up differently, and I was like, well, how do I get the dresses? And I did a little deep dive, and I was like, oof, this is, I no longer care. I was like, I'm fine. Yeah. Whatever I get, I'm not worried.
That part is draining my life force right now, but we will power on.
Hence my sympathies. Anna, what is going on with you this week?
Tomorrow, I'm going to be squad streaming with the crew, Seltzer, Miss RV, and Live in Pink. I don't know when though, so watch social media for that. Next week, we'll have Heroes of Thylea on Tuesday and C Team on Wednesday, and then this again on Thursday. And I'll keep working on getting my stream set up so I can finally play Animal Crossing with you instead of by myself for hours and hours every day. That's all.
I love that it's like, look, I'll just play it with you instead of just with me. That's like the best way to stream. Really, that's the best way to stream. Bike man.
Yeah.
What's happening with you?
I'm being beset upon by a needy Bengal.
Your cat is so pretty. I've been waiting to say that.
Yeah, she's a snow Bengal.
So pretty.
She's a little brat. But yeah, I'm still playing Last Oasis a lot. It's really addictive.
I love when streamers get caught up on a thing because, well, all
Mhm.
right, we'll stall for a minute because when it's oh fuck me, these cats. I
Look at that
can't
poof.
even.
Oh, so good.
The poofy.
I'm a terrible no animal person. I think it's funny to watch like when a streamer gets caught up on like a thing they love.
Mm.
Because when you ask them like, "What are you doing?" They're like, "The same thing we do every week."
Yeah.
You're like, okay, enjoy. Pocket, besides petting a cat to show off to other cat owners, what are you up to this
I
week?
do have several needy cats.
Yeah.
So he's been laying at my feet staring at me for like an hour.
Aww.
What a
Yeah.
poofaluffagus.
He is very fluffy. I'm up to the same thing I am every week, so yeah, exciting. I know. You're welcome.
What's that?
What? The same thing I was up to 2 days ago or 3 days, whatever it was.
What's that?
Crafting and gaming. Probably. I mean, I'm still on Animal Crossing as well. I'm not gonna lie. Editing and yeah, that's it. It's so exciting. I need to finish Harley Quinn stuff from Birds of Prey and then start The Mandalorian still. That's it. It's exciting.
Which if I may ask, which Harley Quinn Birds of Prey are you gonna be? Like which outfit? She wears many an
All of
outfit.
them. All of them.
All of them?
Yeah.
I feel like
Wow.
that's I mean, like all the same times. You do you.
I'm not all at the same time. I'm gonna do several different like looks.
I know. I was just fucking.
Oh god.
Wait, hold on. I was just beeping.
I got you.
Thanks, dude. Anyway, yeah. I mean, look, I'm just playing Final Fantasy VII like Sam, except I'm weeks behind. So, you know, it should be fun. I still don't know what the hell this game's about, and it's a game that I played 20 years ago. So, screw me. Anyway, that's it for us. Thank you so much. I know that tomorrow I'll be back on this channel. Because I think maybe, or did we decide Monday? JP, when did we decide to? Whatever. I think it's tomorrow at 1. I think tomorrow at 1 p.m. Myself and Strippin's lovely wife and JP will be doing a goofy talking about shooting shit or whatever. And so tune in for that. It'll be great pre-show. Yeah, we will have a good old time. But that's it for us. Thank you so much. Be good, hang out, have fun, and I will see y'all next time. Bye, everybody. Finger guns. Can you hear that? Oh, yes, our dark god of the internet calls. Its many eyes watch upon me, and now you can have it upon you in the form of a shirt. That's right, it's Cthulhu, the goof that keeps on goofing, and now you can wear it on your chest and let everyone know what you are. We got shirts. We got pins. We even got one of those prayer candles, and it's amazing, and you're definitely going to want one. All of these things are available right now on store.jessecox.com. It's going to be a new shop. It's a new location. We're going to put things there all the time. There's going to be new goofs, new fun merch. It's all going there. This is the first line of stuff. So check it out, buy it out, and I'll see you on the internet.